Wow. Okay, let's do a real-time Bitcoin forecast. I'm going to show you the big picture, and I'll show you why this is a high likelihood. I'm not going to say high likelihood. Fair likelihood final bottom. And from here, we're not going to have any temporary tops and then retraces and dips back down. Um, I'll tell you what the contingencies are right now. So, why could this be the bottom? And there's only actually one other place that could be the bottom, but the other place that could be the bottom is just atrociously, disgustingly low. So I'm not even going to talk. Yeah, I'll touch on that. This is the lowest price for Ethereum. This is the highest price for Ethereum over the last week or the couple days. Right now, as you can see, we're right back down to the lows. Normally, when you get a pattern like this, this is generally the bottom. Normally. What I mean by that is you had a sell-off that dipped here, and then you had a overdrive sell-off that dipped here. Sometimes what you'll see is you'll see a major dip, and then you'll see a climb back up, and then you'll start seeing like squiggles up here. If it dips and then climbs back up and then squiggles, that means it's still going to retest the bottom. But here, it dipped, it barely went back up, and then it went even lower, and now it's squiggling. So that means this is likely a double bottom. Okay, that's for Ethereum. Now, you might think, well, what about the S&P 500? Doesn't the S&P 500 have a say in this? Yeah, except what we've noticed is that the crypto, when it wants to dump, it just doesn't give a fuck what the bigger markets are doing. Especially since Alameda or SBF might be selling, cashing out and all that. So there's a lot of pressure that's in crypto only that's not in stocks. This is stocks. In fact, let me show you the difference in how they're acting, because this is important to see. All right, take a look at this. This is the last about day and a half or 2 days worth of trading. As you can see, this is commensurate. You see how crypto's been dipping, and so has stocks. That's what I want to see. I want to see something that doesn't look like crypto-only behavior. I want to see something that, if it is crypto-only behavior, I want to see something that's bullish crypto-only. But here, looks about the same. Same proportions and everything. But look at what happened before that. US stocks. This is why I was bullish on crypto up until that fateful dip right here. But look at what's happening. We had pump after pump after pump after pump, and then we had a little dip, and then a mega pump on stocks. But crypto? Crypto kept going down and down and down and down, and doof, big drop, big dip, and then kind of arched, and then stocks took it up, and then crypto went, holy shit, we have another chance to dump everything. Dump it all. Kerchunk. So, but what's interesting here is that this particular, I wonder if you can see this without the blue. Here, I'll separate it. Okay, this is easier to see. This blue dip is not pretty, but the crypto dip is bigger. You see how from top to bottom, the blue only went this far and crypto went this much farther? It's like this much versus this much. So what's happening here is that SBF looked at this and said, hey, everything's going to shit. Sam decided to sell everything. Apparently, he just doesn't know TA because this is not when I'd be selling. Anyway, what that caused was a much lower starting point. So this thing, look at how we bounced back on stocks almost all the way up to the top. Stocks bounced back almost right back up to the top. There's very little gap. But look at crypto. Thanks to Sam Bankman-Fried, we dumped really hard, and then we bounced up we bounced up to here. We dipped this far, and we only bounced up to here. This is as far as we bounced, guys. This entire way, we bounced about 1/3 the way up. Stocks, however, dumped all the way down and pumped all the way about 80% back up. So, this shows you that there's extra selling, more selling on crypto than there is in stocks. But it's starting to look like it's the additional selling might have just finished off here. There wasn't any additional buying, but notice how after this point, everything kind of just follows together. Everything just kind of follows together commensurately, just at the same interval. So if that happens, that tells me that there's a possibility that all the Sam Bankman-Fried dumping is done, at least for now, until it appears again. Where is there a likelihood that it's going to appear? Is there? Let's dig deeper. But before I do, let me show you why I am bullish, but with a little bit of reservation, with one caveat. Look. Wow, mirror image. Okay, the top is stocks. The bottom is the US dollar. As I told you, as I kept telling you in the stock market YouTube channel, we're going to build an inverse head and shoulders. And I told you this when we were down here. I said, we're going to touch this and then we're going to bounce down and we're going to touch that. And we did. But my only grievance with this, actually, I'm not going to show you that. So target should be about up here, okay? Let's look at the US dollar, because if this is bullish, then the US dollar should be bearish, right? Let's take a look. Voila. I told you way back here that we would hit $1.14, and then I told you that we would hit $1.09, and then we'd go back up to $1.10, and we did all that. We did all that exactly. I've been telling you exactly what's going to happen here since like way back here. Every single top, every single bottom, every single top, every single bottom. Okay, so now we've got an official beautiful head and shoulders. This one's a beautiful head and shoulders with one tiny little fake out. And the cool thing about the way this is approaching the retest, whenever you have a neckline like this, there's generally a little retest here. And the cool thing about the way we're retesting this, let me zoom into this portion for you. It's arcing. It's called a parabola. Good thing about parabolas is that they're finite. Parabolas don't survive and then don't go to the top and then just kind of say, hey, we're at the top. Let's just keep going. Parabolas run out of gas and then just collapse. That's the thing about a parabola. So this parabola has already started to collapse, and it didn't retrace back down to the base, which is supposed to. But if it does retrace back down to the base, since this one trend line is sloping upwards, it's going to hit this trend line. And what this trend line is this red trend line here. When it does that, it's going to confirm a multiple attempts to break this red trend line, and this red trend line will break and dump. Now, having said all that, my only caveat as to why I think there's a possibility that this may not be the last dump is I don't like this. And I don't like kind of this. Let me explain. Look. This is the part that's going to worry you, but I mean, we can tell before anybody else when these things are negated anyway. Any really smart guys already see what I'm pointing to. Yep. This is a little disturbing. If you don't see it yet, let me spell it out for you. Yep. If we do this, that means we're going to fall back down to about here, which would retest these lows back here. So we'd have a target of about, I'd say right about here. Something like this. On S&P 500, 3559. 3559 target is what we might hit. I'll leave this like this so that you can screen capture this and refer to it in the future. That's the only thing I'm hesitant about, even though we've already got a confirmed multi attempt to break out of this trend line. We might actually get one more shoulder is what I'm concerned about. I'll draw it for you. And then it would look like this. If this dropped to the red line, we would have the last dip on the S&P 500. But I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. But this reality exists right now, and that's the only thing that's really concerning me. Actually, no. This thing is also concerning me. So while we have a head and shoulders here, which I'll draw, while we do have one, looks like this. The only part that I don't like about the way this became a head and shoulders is this part. Do you see this? You see this part? I'm going to delete this so you can see it. This was the head and shoulders, but this is the part that I don't like. This is called the three drives pattern. It's a harmonic. It's basically a slightly wonky downward channel. But the problem with these things and the way this thing looks right in here is that there's also multiple channels in here that look like they want to be retested. So whenever you have this appear, this purple thing appear, the target ends up looking something like this, $12. What it'll do is it'll retest the 786 on this last leg. And this leg also looks like it wants to retest the 786. So that means that if the dollar goes up this high, stocks will go this low. And if stocks go this low, what will that do to crypto? Ah, man, you want me to draw this for you? This is ugly. Yeah, this is what it would look like. It would put ETH down to right about this level. It wouldn't quite touch double bottom here. But in the bigger picture of things, it would create a double bottom here. And unfortunately, this would become the atom. And if this was the atom, this would be the eve. But eves take a long time to swerve upwards. It's slow. So if that happens, we're going to make a lot of money because we're really good at buying here, selling here, buying here, selling there, buying here, selling there. So we don't really need a bull run. We don't need one of these bull runs. Well, keep it open, keep it open, keep it open. Sell a little bit and add on dips and keep it open, keep it open. We don't need to do that. We can just buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, or short, close short, buy, sell, long, short, long, short, long, short. We can do that. So this is possible, and it all depends on whether this thing dumps because of what's happening here. Will it happen or not? You'll know first if you join us at bitcoin-signals.org. That's the fastest way I can tell you.